We are used to the image of Brian O'Donovan on our TV screens, reporting from the USA. Brian has just published a new book called 4 Years in the Cauldron, telling the extraordinary story of America in crisis. O'Donovan once interviewed Leo Varadkar, who had just met President Trump, and Leo told him, "I did get the impression that Trump kind of liked me," while admitting that being with him felt like a combination of appearing on a talk show and going to see a king in his court. George Bernard Shaw's retort that kings are not born, they are made by artificial hallucination, seems apt in hearing all this. In China, another land with imperialist ambition, tennis star Peng Shuai has suddenly disappeared. Peng posted on Weibo, a Chinese social media platform, that a former vice premier had forced her to have sex despite repeated refusals following a game of tennis 3 years ago. The prophet Daniel knew all about empires. The book of Daniel churns with the life and death challenge of living within a hostile imperial narrative, and it elicits dreams of liberation from all empires. Through history, we've seen the irony of empires that offer people peace, prosperity, freedom, and justice, and kill tens of thousands of people to make the point. John's Gospel helps us to understand that the kingdom that Jesus speaks about isn't like that. That Jesus explains that his kingdom is certainly for this world, but it isn't from it. It is God's gift to the world. Caesar's kingdom and all other kingdoms that originate in this world make their way by fighting. But God's kingdom, enacted through Jesus, makes its way with quite a different weapon, one that Pilate refuses to acknowledge, namely telling the truth. Jesus' entire reason for being is to testify to the truth. Truth is what happens when people use words to reflect God's wise ordering of the world and so shine light into its dark corners, bringing judgment and mercy where it is badly needed. Empires can't cope with this. They make their own truth, creating forces on the ground in the depressingly normal way of violence and injustice. In the exchange with Pilate, so vividly relayed in John's Gospel, we can hear Jesus say, "Your soldiers hold me, Pilate, but my companions will not attack you even to save me from death. Your Roman Empire, Pilate, is based on the injustice of violence, but my divine kingdom is based on the justice of non-violence." Informed by this vision, Martin Luther King powerfully remarked, "The ultimate weakness of violence is that it is a descending spiral, begetting the very thing it seeks to destroy. Instead of diminishing evil, it multiplies it. Hate multiplies hate. Violence multiplies violence. And toughness multiplies toughness in a descending spiral of destruction. The chain reaction of evil, hate begetting hate, war producing more wars, must be broken, or we shall be plunged into the dark abyss of annihilation. As an anxious world probes the Chinese empire to demonstrate that Peng Shui is safe, another tennis family became center stage in cinemas since yesterday. The movie King Richard is a stirring and powerful portrait of Richard Williams and his family. Richard is better known as Venus and Serena's father. The movie tells the story of a dream conceived by Richard before Venus and Serena were born, to write his daughters into tennis history. It is a true story of Richard's determination to take his daughters from the public courts in Compton, LA, fending off local gangs, to 30 Grand Slams singles titles between them, plus 14 doubles as a team, and opening up the sport to aspiring champions of every background. Jesus redefines kingship, insisting that his kind of kingship meant bearing witness to the truth. Jesus is the true king, whose kingdom comes in totally unexpected fashion. From royal courts to Compton courts in LA, from Donald to King Richard, kings and empires come and go. Christ the King comes in a totally unexpected way as the Son of Man, beginning a new chapter for the human family, one that seeks to generate reconciliation and unity instead of brokenness and division. Amen.